Bismillah, salatu salamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our prophet of our time, when we say our, I mean the whole mankind. The prophet of our time, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is rahmatul lil alameen. Rahmatul lil alameen means mercy for the all worlds, no matter how many world, this world, that world. So, as a student of him or follower of him, it is my duty to spread the mercy all over the world, encompassing all identities, ethnicities, tribalism. So today I am going to discuss about a misunderstanding, a grave misunderstanding that is persisting within scholars of many communities, triggering wars and hatreds, killings, aggression, oppressions that we now see even today at this moment. I will show the source, evidential proof, and the misconceptions. Sometimes a solution to a complex problem is very simple, and because of its simplicity, people often get shocked to accept it, to acknowledge it, but the solution lies within very simplicity. This verse from the Quran, chapter 7, 177. This verse talks about the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, raised the mountain over the children of Israel, Bani Israel, today's the tribal community Israelites. He raised the mountain and asked them to follow his commandments, and if they don't do it, then he will crush them under this mountain the Allah subhanahu the raised over them. So eventually, if you read the Quran, the authentic text, you would know what happened after that. So when the Israelites saw there is no escape, they promised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ilah, Israel, El means Ilah, and which is Allah. And Israel means something of Allah, like Abdullah, something of Allah, or Abduel, something of Ilah. So Abdullah means servant of Allah, or people of Allah, Ibadullah. Similarly, Israel means the same thing, but they twist it and they come out to say that Israel means one who fight against Allah. Do you think Allah will keep his prophet's name Israel, knowing that he fight against him? Rubbish, absurd. Anyway, do not twist the words in their places and they say this is from Allah. So let's see what happens. So remember the word Jibal, Al-Jibal, which means mountain. Then there is another hadith. I refer to this hadith as hadith of stones and trees. That refers to the that things will happen near end time. So I will not explain in detail about the Hadith. You can Google search and easily find the authentic text. It's all open secret. It's the This Hadith is known by Christian scholars. This Hadith is known by Jewish scholars, and from the literal text, they have a very wrong conception about this Hadith and conception about what will happen in end time. Even some of us may have similar misunderstanding. But the main important thing is the Hadith is of stones and trees, and this tells in summary that there will be a fight against, or I say, if there is a fight against Muslim and Jews end time, at the significant time, not at any time, at the significant time which this Hadith refers, the Jews will lose and they will hide behind stones and trees. And if the stones and trees will say, "Oh Muslim, here there is a Jews," like this, that is enough. Let's see what he. So there are two processes: how a metaphor, an imaginary thing, becomes reality, and a reality becomes metaphor, imagination. An imagination becomes a little more concentrated, becomes virtual reality, then seed reality, and then reality. Seed reality and augmented reality is more or less the same. When metaphors to reality process, it is more appropriate, should be called seed reality. When reality to metaphor process, the same seed reality should be named as augmented reality. So the objective of showing these two diagrams is that an imagination can become reality based upon people's action, and a reality becomes imagination, will remain imagination based upon also people's action. So here also I have termed the al-jibal, which is mountain, the mount to camel, mount to camels. This is another uh, incident or in the Quran, when the same people of Saleh, people of Saleh alayhi salam, the prophet, they rejected him, so and asked him, ask your creator to bring a camel from al-jibal. So again, al-jibal, inanimate things. From there, they are asking to bring out something which can eat, walk, drink, a live camel. So that means from a metaphor, they want a reality, miraculous reality. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala indeed answered, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought a living camel, walking, drinking, living camel out of Jibal, al-Jibal. And what happened? So when Allah subhanahu made the metaphor into reality, their imagination into reality, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts them a condition. Now, I have brought the reality from nothing. Now your job is to take care of this animal, not harm. If you harm, you will face consequence. So in the previous 177, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised al-Jibal metaphor on Bani Israel, and they obeyed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed the metaphor. It did not become reality. But in this incident of Saleh, Also 7, chapter 7, verse 73, they, when Allah subhanahu made the metaphor into reality, they rejected, they killed the she camel. Then what happened? It is around 777, it is said, mentioned, they defied the Lord's command and they threatened the prophet Saleh that we have killed, now bring us what you promise if you are the true messenger. So in 78, 79, it is mentioned what happened to them. Allah subhanahu destroyed those people. So from this, the lesson is that the metaphor, the imagination will not become reality if we obey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring the reality, because of our disobedience, the consequence is very harsh. The destruction is invited by the people who disobey. So this is the summary. Reality to metaphor 171. Al-Jibal, the metaphor, was raised but did not turn into a reality because Israelites accepted finally to obey the El, means Ilah. So El, the Ilah, Allah, withdrew the metaphor above them from becoming a reality. On the other hand, the metaphor to reality 73-79, chapter 7, the metaphor was turned into the reality of the destruction of the people of Saleh, who rejected the Creator's message to them. Miraculous reality. In the time of last prophet, metaphors have been used to foretell the miraculous realities that those may befall on people unless they mend themselves in obedience of the Creator. The objective is not to tell those will happen, obviously, but to avoid them, put a demotivational factor, discouraging, a hindering factor, so that people obey and those things do not happen. The Ummah of the last prophet, which includes Muslim non-Muslims, will not be destroyed immediately with calamities of colossal scale like those were inflicted on people before this nation of the last prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because he has been sent as a mercy to the worlds, his nation has been given time to amend themselves to avoid colossal ends. So this is going back to this 771, this Al-Jibal, if you replace this Al-Jibal with this Al-Jibal, this Hadith stone is like Al-Jibal metaphor. So if you replace this Hadith Al-Jibal into this place, then you see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised this Hadith of stone over the Israelites. Why? To discourage them for not disobeying, not killing people, not killing Palestinians, those who worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. not killing Muslims. If they do kill and continue to kill, then metaphor will become this hadith of stones and trees will become a reality. And if they don't, then I will give evidence. Nothing, this will remain a metaphor. This will not be a reality. Reality will remain a metaphor. In 771, the mountain was not crushed onto the Israelites because they finally promised to obey. Similarly, the hadith of stones will not be a reality from metaphor to reality if Israelites today also go straight, abandon their ways of destructions. How do they do it? We are children of Adam, alayhi salam. Over time, when singularity got broken or faded away, other identities emerge, like people of Noah, or people of Lut, or people of Saleh, or people of so and people of so and so. Similarly, people of Israelites, and so after the Israelites. So identity becomes change. Change identity is dynamic. It does not remain. But you don't get fixated to your identity as Israelites. There is a hadith related to Abdullah ibn Salam, who was a Jewish companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was a Jewish rabbi, in fact, a revered man, but he became Muslim, and he was searching for, like other Jews, the arrival of the last prophet. Do you think this hadith of stone will be implemented on this companion simply because he was a Jew as well? No. Rather, his paradise was promised, has been promised. What does it tell? It tells choose those who reverted to Islam because mankind's religion from the beginning, from the creation of any creation, because Allah subhanahu did not create anything to disobey him. Allah subhanahu, the creator, only created everything to follow his wills, follow his commandments, follow his or given laws. So everything submits to him. That means everything is Muslim. So the, all creation's religion is Islam, whether it is a man or animal or trees or cats and dogs, everybody's religion is Islam. So Jews, those who reverted to Islam or singularity or reward no or rewards no more remains a Jew. They get a new identity of people of the God, Ibadullah. Ibadullah. That automatically saves them from hadith of stones, like it saved Abdullah ibn Salam, a Jewish rabbi who reverted to Islam. Therefore, it is a wrong way trying to repel the consequence of forthcoming of hadith of stones by killing the Muslims. Hadith of stone is also known by the scholar of the other faiths like Christians, etc. This is the very reason even Christians over times try to expel Jews from their land so that they do not become victims when hadith of stones, as they fear, may fall into a reality. This is a very narrow and wrong understanding of hadith of stones, both in the part of scholars of Jews and of other communities, as I have been given evidence from 171. The mountain will not turn alive to turn against Jews if Jews, like their Rabbi al-Husayn ibn Salam, later on known as Abdullah ibn Salam, radiallahu anhu, Allah is pleased with him, after he reverted to Islam and became a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, also embrace their new identity within the fold of Islam. So if today's Jews also revert to Islam and they have their new Islamic identity, there will there the stone of Hadith, the Hadith of stones will not be applicable for them. So the behavior the Creator intends with this metaphorical Hadith will not fall on them. The Creator intends they become Muslim, they revert to Muslim, they revert to Islam, so that they are saved. But they understand it wrong that it because it will come, so we start killing these people who will fight against once upon a time will or may fight against us so that we can delay this. But actually, by doing so, they are actually backfiring themselves. They are calling the metaphor into reality. Since there will be no Israelites upon reversion to Islam, there will be no question of camel coming out from mountain, i.e. stone speaking out. Along with re-embracing the Islamic identity within the fold of Islam, they need to do a second thing, which will which will compensate or wipe off their sins of killing so many innocent people unjustifiably, displacing them, and so on. That is to make charity. Charity wipes off sins. It is also evidential, that is to rehabilitate within the fold of Islamic brotherhood the family of the people they have killed for such a long time and still killing in ignorance, trying to protect themselves from something which should not be happening if they amend themselves. But they are inviting the metaphor into reality by their own actions. Nobody is to blame. Holy intention, sincere intention. This is intended to save life both Muslims and of Jews. No harm is meant with it. This is transparent, evidential, supported. This is the best I could do to remove the misconception and misunderstanding that exist. The different communities have on the events those will follow. The Islamic world is not a zero-sum world. It is a win-win world. That is, the Creator does not have to deprive or a community to benefit another. Rather, if all the people, including all the creations, assemble, ask all the things for all time they need, and the Creator gives them all everything they want for all times, it will not reduce a speck of dust from the treasures of the Creator. Peace for all. Keep your mind open. Thanks. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.